Here we have AP calculus AB problem. Okay, let's go with the question. The graph of the function f is shown in the figure above. Which of the following statements about f is not true? Okay, in the given answer choices, we have to find the one which is not true about the function f of x. Okay, now let me consider the answer choice A. We have limit x approaches A, f of x equals to 3. Here we have ordinary limit. Okay, whenever I want to evaluate the ordinary limit of a function from the graph, so what I have to do is I have to evaluate the left side limit and right side limit of this A. So if both of them are equal, then we can say this one exists. Okay, so now let me evaluate the left side limit of A. That is limit as x approaches A negative. So here I've taken negative sign on the right side top corner of A. That means x approaches A from its left side, f of x. Okay, now let's go to the graph. When x approaches A, f of x approaches what value? Usually f of x, or sometimes we'll have g of x, sometimes we'll have h of x. On xy plane, when we have a function like f of x or g of x, something like that, it has to be considered as a y coordinate. That is, it has to be considered as a value of y. Okay, now let's go to the graph. Now here x approaches A from its left side. When x approaches A from its left side, y approaches 3. Okay, so the value of the left side limit of x approaches A is 3. Now let me get the value of the limit as x approaches A from its right side. So to indicate this is the right side limit, we have to mark positive sign over here, f of x. This time x approaches A from its right side. When x approaches A from its right side, y approaches what value? Y approaches 3. Don't consider the empty circle we have over here. We just have to look at the value at where y approaches. So when x approaches A from its right side, y approaches 3. So the evaluation of this limit is 3. Okay, both the left side limit and right side limit of A for the function f of x are equal and also finite. Since both the left side limit and right side limit are equal and finite, the ordinary limit of x approaches A, f of x is also the same value what we get over here, that's 3. So the statement we have in answer choice A is true about the function f of x. But our aim is to find the one which is not true about the function f of x. Since A is true, we can reject A. Okay, now we can consider answer choice B. In answer choice B, we don't have limit, we have f of A equals to 4. That is, when x is equal to A, we have y equals to 4. Okay, now let's go to the graph and let's try to get a point. Point means a filled circle, whether there is any filled circle corresponding to the value x equals to A. Okay, so we have the value A on the x-axis over here corresponding to this value of A. We have to check whether there is any filled circle. Yes, it is there. It's over here. So at this point where we have the filled circle, the value of x is A and the value of y is 4. So this is also true because at x equals to A, the value of y is 4. And also we have to make sure in this kind of stuff we are checking, that is without limits. When we are checking with the value of the function, we must have a filled circle. So we have a filled circle at x equals to A and the y coordinate is 4. So this is also true. So we can reject this one as well. Okay, now let me erase the stuff and go to the answer choice C. In answer choice C also we have the function value, that is f of b equals to 2. That is, when x equals to b, y equals to 2. Now let's go to the graph, particularly the value b on the x-axis. Corresponding to this x value, we have to check whether there is any filled circle. Okay, so we have the value b on the x-axis over here. Corresponding to this x value, there is a filled circle over here. At this point, at where we have the filled circle, so what is the value of y? That is 2. That is, when x is equal to b, y is equal to 2. So answer choice C is also true. So we can reject answer choice C as well, because our aim is to find the one which is not true. So we are left with only one answer choice. So it must be false. That is, it must not be true. Anyways, we can verify. So here in this one, we have ordinary limit for x, that is x approaches b. Okay, now to evaluate this one, so we have to get the left side limit and right side limit of b from the graph. Okay, let me do it. Limit as x approaches b from its left side, f of x. Now let's go to the graph. When x approaches b from its left side, okay, so here y approaches 1. Okay, don't consider this one because it comes from the right side, this line. So this is a line that we have from the left side. So when x approaches b from its left side, y approaches the value 1. So the evaluation of the left side limit of x approaches b is just 1. Okay, now let me do it at the right side limit. For b positive, f of x equals to Now let's go to the graph. Let's say that x approaches b. When x approaches b from its right side, y approaches the value 2. So here I got the left side limit and right side limit of b for the function f of x. We don't get the same value for both the limits. Here we have 1, here we have 2. Okay, since the left side limit and right side limit when x approaches b are not equal, so the ordinary limit of as x approaches b, f of x does not exist. But answer choice D says this is equal to 1. So this is not true. The statement we have in answer choice D is not true. So the correct answer choice for this question is D.